Welcome to What She Say, Western Women's Words. I'm a woman of the West, and I love to share stories of other women of the West. For instance, the story of Silverheels. Who was she? Please listen and picture the story in your mind. The story of Silverheels may be true, or maybe just a fictional tale, but it's certainly memorable. Silverheels was a beautiful dance hall girl in the Colorado mining towns of Buckskin Joe in nearby Fairplay in the 1860s. Silverheels got her name because of the silver heels on her shoes. She danced so fast and so gracefully, the men were mesmerized as they watched her. They were fascinated by her flashing heels and smitten with her beauty and her charm. Silverheels was one of the most popular girls in the area. Shortly after Silverheels arrived in Fairplay in Buckskin Joe, she met a handsome young man. The miners were green with envy and competed with each other to dance with Silverheels, hoping to win her away. But Silverheels was loyal to her beloved and just as kind as she was loyal. She was also a favorite with the other dance hall girls because of her good nature and helpfulness. Then, during the frigid winter of 1861, an epidemic of smallpox swept through Fairplay and Buckskin Joe. Mines, stores, and dance halls shut down. The disease claimed victim after victim. One of the first to die was Silverheels' boyfriend. Throughout this horrific ordeal, Silverheels nursed desperately ill miners who were helpless and alone in their cabins. She also nursed entire families who were struck down with the disease. From house to house she went, caring for the sick and comforting the dying, asking nothing in return. Along with nursing, Silverheels cooked, cleaned, and washed victims' laundry. Finally, spring came to Fairplay and Buckskin Joe mining towns, and the smallpox epidemic abated. Grateful miners and families wanted to show their gratitude for all that Silverheels had done for them, so they raised $5,000 in cash to give her. A delegation carried the money to her cabin, but they couldn't find her anywhere. Silverheels had disappeared. As the people got better, they became busy again. Their search for Silverheels slowed down. No one knew where she was. When she did not return, the people returned the money they had collected to the donors. There were signs that Silverheels had taken her few belongings and gone away, leaving no forwarding address. Some people suspected that smallpox had killed Silverheels, or maybe disfigured her so badly that she did not want to be seen. Then rumors started to spread of seeing a woman dressed in black and heavily veiled in the cemetery weeping. When approached, she quickly departed. Had Silverheels come back to mourn her friends? No one knows because this mystery woman was never found. Even though the people were never able to thank Silverheels, they still wanted to honor this kind of woman who put herself in harm's way to help others. If you have some knowledge of the mountains of Colorado, you can probably guess what the people of Fairplay and Buckskin Joe did. Like to venture a guess? In her memory, the people named a majestic nearby mountain with her name. Mount Silverheels is located between Fairplay and Breckenridge in Park County within the Pike National Forest. It is 13,829 feet in elevation and is the 96th highest peak in Colorado. Its name, Mount Silverheels, began to appear on maps in the mid 1860s. And whether the story of Silverheels is true or fiction, Mount Silverheels towers today as a tribute to one woman's generous contribution to her community. If you have any comments or stories you'd like to share about Western women's history, please reply. The writer of these true stories and I, as storyteller, are historical educators who are interested in family folklore. We'd love to hear from you. Remember, community is story, and sharing our story enriches us all. Thank you for your interest, for listening, and for sharing.